Kucoin Spotlight. Kucoin Spotlight is like ICOs, but on an exchange. That means it's an IEO, an initial exchange offering. And in this video, we're going to go over what is an ICO, what is an IDO, and what is an IEO. Those are a lot of letters. Please help me out with a like button before we get started. And here's a bunch of time codes, so it's going to save you some time, just in case you want to jump directly to the content and you know the vocabulary. Because vocab is a prerequisite to this video, otherwise it's going to sound very confusing. ICO, IDO, IEO, AEIOU. These are all letters. One of them is just random, and the first three are things you can do to invest in a cryptocurrency early. So we're going to talk about these three things. ICO, initial coin offering. This is pretty much illegal now, at least if you live in the United States, you are not eligible. That's because an ICO, an initial coin offering, is when you can invest in a cryptocurrency very early, and a lot of people got scammed. This happened back in 2017, and the SEC shut it down. ICOs illegal if you're from the US, still legal in a lot of other places, but you have to go through KYC, know your customer, to prove who you are due to anti-money laundering laws, and if you are a US citizen, you would not be allowed to participate. Now, a little bit about the history of ICOs. Pretty much anyone could run them. It's a lot similar to all these new tokens popping up with the tokenomics and like the new hot thing, meme coin, community driven, very high risk. And they did the same thing back then, but these were just ICOs. They came up with a project name, they made a nice website, they made a roadmap, they made a white paper and made it sound great, but produced nothing. So they gave you the dream of getting rich and becoming an early investor into a project, but developed nothing and ran off with your money. Yeah, you want to be an early investor, it's incredibly risky. So ICOs, no longer a thing, but they have evolved into another thing, IDO, initial DEX offering, and the DEX, the D in that also means something else, DEX, decentralized exchange. It's when a new project launches on a decentralized exchange like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, much similar to an ICO. Anyone can list this way, and there is no vetting of that project, and there is a lot of risk to the investor. Because once again, anyone can make a website, anyone can rip off another project and just add a few words, change some words around, and it's very high risk. IEO, initial exchange offering, is also more competitive. So an initial exchange offering is when a token project or protocol, whatever you want to call it, let's say Ethereum, Solana, one of those projects, so something similar to that, they want to raise funds for their project and they also want to sell their token. So they offer up a supply of that token to an exchange for an IEO. And once the coin goes through the funding process, and if you are qualified or actually win the eligibility to invest in that token, because it's very competitive, you get to get the token before anyone else. And when the IEO offering is over, that coin instantly becomes available on that exchange for trading, which gives you instant liquidity. So you can cash out on that token immediately if you wanted to, or you could buy more, however you want to do it. Jumping back to ICOs, the problem was a lot of these coins launched. They went directly to the wallets of the people who participated in the ICO, but no exchanges were supporting those tokens. So it made trading the tokens very difficult. And that's why a lot of the projects died. They produced nothing. They didn't have enough trading volume, and exchanges just didn't want to support that token. So that made it very difficult to do an ICO that was successful without losing money for the investor. I think that explains everything, but AEIOU, those are vowels in the English language. And if you could hit that like button, that helps me out, even though that last piece of information was useless. I think the rest of the information was pretty useful. Have you participated in an IEO recently or bought something that was very fresh on PancakeSwap and it's still doing well? Let me know in the comments. I kind of want to see what people are investing in and if you know what that coin is doing. So give me like a brief summary because I'm lazy and it helps me so I don't have to research it myself. Now, a lot of coins, they just start launching. They just launch and they become available immediately on PancakeSwap for trading. Now, these might not be the most legitimate projects. Just be very careful. Anyone can make a coin. If you have $1.50, you can make a coin, you can make a website, you can build up hype on Reddit, Twitter, and TikTok, and that's when a lot of scams come in. So the benefits of going through an IEO, you have to go through KYC. So any project that wants to get listed through an exchange offering, initial exchange offering, they have to go through KYC. The team goes through a background check, the project gets verified, the use cases, the social sentiment is checked, and they just want to verify that it isn't going to be a rug pull, that they're not going to do an exit scam, that there is a low possibility of it being a scam, and they protect their customers. That's key in any kind of business. You have to protect the customer. Now, even though a team may be legit and they get approved for their IEO, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good project. You still have to look into them. You have to see if that investment is something you want to take the risk on. That is my personal safety get out of jail free card. Don't invest on anything that is a launch. You just have to make sure they're doing something amazing and they have some type of product. Now, the drawback of IEOs is that an exchange has a huge user base and a limited amount of tokens that are available. For their most recent IEO, Hot Cross, they limited it to 100 USDT per person, and that was payable through KCS, and that's how they created value or additional value in the KCS token. All right, if you made it this far and you're from the United States, I'm sorry. Thank you for watching. This video probably ends here for you. You probably stayed way too long. That's because you can't participate. ICOs and IEOs are illegal in the United States, at least for the ICO part. But if you want to participate in an IEO, you can't. US users are not supposed to be on this platform. You will not pass KYC. So this is for everyone else in the world. For non-US users, feel free to hit that like button now because, yeah, you get that advantage over the US. How to sign up for an IEO with Kucoin Spotlight. Here we are at the Kucoin Spotlight website. It doesn't expand very well, so the text might be kind of small. And we can select this one, meme.com. There is a meme coin of all meme coins. I don't like investing in meme coins, but we're going to use this one as an example. As I mentioned earlier, you need to go through KYC. You have to have a KYC verified account to participate. And then you have to select countries not supported. Select that disclaimer. You have to not be in one of those countries to participate. And then you have to go through the purchase agreement. It's pretty long, it's very detailed. Kucoin does not want to get sued. There's a lot of risk with these ICOs. In case something does end up being a scam, they don't want to be responsible for anything. Kucoin does go through the process of vetting these projects. Not anyone can do an IEO with Kucoin. After going through the verification process, all you have to do is hit participate now, and you are participating. So now that you're participating in the Kucoin Spotlight program, you have to pay with KCS. So you're going to need to buy some KCS token, and you're going to have to keep it in your trading account. With Kucoin, you have your main account, your trading account, your futures account. Make sure there is KCS in your trading account. With this specific Spotlight project, you are limited to up to 100 USDT worth of that token if you are eligible. And you would need to pay that in KCS. So if you keep about $110 worth of KCS in your trading account, Kucoin will automatically do the conversion once the timer runs out on the Spotlight project and withdraw 100 USDT worth of KCS tokens from your Kucoin trading account. And then at the end of everything, once the coins get distributed, they'll be in your account and then they'll immediately be available for trading. If you don't have a Kucoin account already, I do have a referral link in the description and a tutorial on how to use Kucoin. Using the referral link helps me out. Not sponsored, but I just also wanted to make a video explaining this IEO system, since I recently was able to participate through a third party. I don't know why I did that. It's like I'm swimming, and that wasn't a good physical representation of what really happened. All right, I hope you got your full value for today.